Okay, well, my mic's not on. I don't, oh, okay. Well, we hope that we're back live with you. We're really apologize for this. It just keeps going in and out, and we're not exactly sure why. But we are coming up on the fourth race, but let me give you the rundown for the third. Harwell was the winner in 2, 2, and 4. Stormy Wings was second. Don't Take My Keys was third. Claire's Favorite was fourth. Caviar's Yankee fifth. Sierra's Spirit sixth. And Striking Lion was seventh. Quarter times were 30 and 3, 101 and 2, 132 and 4, and 2, 2 and 4. And Harwell made a big move at the quarter to get to the lead, and then just stayed right there and won, as we said, in 2, 2, and 4. 2-year-old filly Pacers coming up in this fourth race. There is only one division of 2-year-old filly Pacers, so they are going for $9,995. We already had the post parade, so I will give you the horses from the rail out. Fool Rockin' Lady with Kim Pluta, Black Tilly and Don Harmon, Disney Springs and Derek Flowers, Rockin' Sage and Skip DeMall, Draconian Terror and Pierce Henry, and Arts Beach with Jason Merriman. Disney Springs is sitting second in the Ohio Fair Championship point standings, and Black Tilly is 16th. And I wondered about that because both of these fillies have 4 wins, and why such a difference, but one of Black Tilly's wins was in Michigan. So those, of course, don't count towards the Ohio Fair Championship. So that is the difference. And you can go to ohha.com and see those standings. They are updated. Let's see, they were updated on through August 29th, and we'll be updating them again early this week as soon as I can get the
Also lining up down the backside
results.
On the way to the gate, the first horse in at the rail will be Fool Rockin'.
So we are ready for the fourth race, the 2-year-old filly Pacers. They are headed to the Roth/Mount starting gate. Number 6, Arts Beach, will start from the second tier.
Well, let's see what we got. We'll throw it to Bill Peters.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away in the middle of the track is Disney Springs. Down at the rail second is Black Tilly. And their third is Fool Rockin' Lady. Moving up fourth is Arts Beach. On the outside fifth is Draconian Terror. On the last horse is Rockin' Sage. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Don Harmon has Black Tilly on top by 1 length. Dropping in there second is Disney Springs, driven by Derek Flowers. Third is Fool Rockin' Lady, driven by Kim Pluta. Moving up on the outside fourth is Draconian Terror, driven by Pierce Henry. At the rail fifth is Arts Beach, driven by Jason Merriman. And the last horse is Rockin' Sage, driven by Skip DeMall. First quarter paced in 30 and 2/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's still Black Tilly by 1.5 lengths over Disney Springs. On the outside third now is Fool Rockin' Lady. On the outside fourth, Draconian Terror. At the rail fifth is Arts Beach. And the last horse, Rockin' Sage. 6 fillies well bunched as they come down to the half-mile mark. That's Don Harmon and Black Tilly bringing the horses down to the half. On the outside second is Full Rockin' Lady. At the rail third, Disney Springs. On the outside fourth, Draconian Tear. At the rail fifth, Arts Beach. And the last horse, Rockin' Sage. First half paced in 101 and 3/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Black Tilly. The horse pouring on the pressure on the outside is Full Rockin' Lady. At the rail third is Disney Springs. And 3 wide down the backside comes Draconian Tear. Racing in there fifth, that's Arts Beach. And the last horse is Rockin' Sage. The pace picks up a wee bit as they race past that 3/4 mile mark. 3/4 in 132 and 2/5. That's Black Tilly with a lead. Here comes Disney Springs out of that 2-hole. That's Black Tilly still with the lead. Disney Springs on the outside. Black Tilly and Disney Springs. Third at the rail now is Arts Beach as they race for home. That's Black Tilly and Disney Springs and Arts Beach. Black Tilly, Arts Beach. Black Tilly, Disney Springs and Arts Beach. It's going to be Black Tilly, and here the outcome. Disney Springs up for place, Arts Beach for show. A mile in 201 and 3/5.
Mile in 201 and 3/5. It's like last quarter in 29 seconds flat. Unofficially, Black Tilly was the winner. Disney Springs was second. Arts Beach was third. Full Rockin' Lady pulled at the quarter pole, followed by Draconian Terror. And then Draconian Terror was 3 wide at the 3/4 pole, but the Black Tilly and Disney Springs were 1-2 in that race, 2, 1, and 3. We said Black Tilly was sitting 16th in the Ohio Fair Championship points, and Disney Springs was second. So those Black Tilly, that should move her up a little bit in those standings. That was a nice paycheck for Black Tilly also, because this race, as we said, there was only one division of the 2-year-old filly pacers, so they went for $9,995. Yeah.
I hope we're on.
It appears we can't tell for sure if we're on because we can't get it. We can't even get our phones to work.
It looks like we've got 4 or 5. We're up to 28 people now, so people have found us. Thank you.
Okay.
So, thank you for coming back, and we'll see what happens here. So,
Tilly, by Krista and Don Harmon, trained by Krista Harmon, and driven to victory this afternoon by Don Harmon. The blanket for this race is courtesy of Stapleton Insurance Group.
Black Tilly down in that pretty winner circle.
Let's really hear it here for Don Harmon and Black Tilly, and to Stapleton Insurance Group, the donors of the blanket.
Hey, we'll get the rundown from Bill in a minute.
There are the official placings for race 4 from the top. Number 1, Full Rockin' Lady was 6th. Number 2, Black Tilly was the winner. Number 3, Disney Springs was 2nd. Number 4, Rockin' Sage was 4th. Number 5, Draconian Tear was 5th. And number 6, Arts Beach was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 30 and 2/5. The half was in 101 and 3/5. The 3/4 in 132 and 2/5. With a mile in 201 and 3/5. From the top it should read 6-1-2-4-5-3. A mile in 201 and 3/5. In the upcoming race 5, Hot Choco Latte, the driver will be Kim Pluta. Kim Pluta driving number 3, Hot Choco Latte. Driver will be Don Harmon. Don Harmon on number 4, Grandma Girl.
So there are your 2 driver changes. We're going to try to play some commercials, see if those work, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders ship that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring On the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Selling your horse? Sell for free. No fees, no commissions. The only free auction site in the industry. There's no problem selling your horse at harnesshorseauction.com.
Okay, welcome back to the Fulton County Fair at Wauseon, Ohio. Frank Frost and myself, Susan Schroeder, bringing you the kind of intermittent races. We have been getting bumped off the air, and then we get back on, we get bumped back off, so bear with us. We're doing the best that we can. Fifth race is coming up. This is a 3-year-old filly trot, one of two divisions, going for $5,068. So we'll take a look at some of these horses. Jiffy Bug. Tom Moore is the owner, trainer, driver of this filly. She has 9 starts and 3/3. Looks like her fastest beaten time was last week at Van Wert in 2:05 and she finished 3rd. Chip It In has the 2-hole for B.J. Roberts for trainer Christopher Beaver. This horse has 19 starts and 8 wins, 1 second and 3/3, and a record of 155-1 at Scioto Downs this year. Most recent victories were at Northfield in a Buckeye Stallion Series division in 157-1, and then she won at Napoleon in 2-4-2. She also paced a big mile at Scioto Downs in early August in a Ohio State Fair stake. Trotted her mile in 54-4. Chip It In stands 5th in the Ohio Fair Championship point standings right now. The 3-horse Hot Chocolate make the driver Kim Pluta for trainer Karen Tizak. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Hot Chocolate has raced 18 times this year, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 4 thirds.
Race 8, number 4, Shark in the Bay is scratched sick. Number 4, Shark in the Bay is scratched sick. Number 8, When I Stop Dreaming is scratched personal.
So a couple of scratches there.
Yep, in the 8th. As I said, Hot Chocolate has a mark of 2 minutes and 4/5. Grandma Girl is the lightest racehorse in this field. She did not start last year and only has 1 start this year, and that was over at Oak Harbor on July 19th. She did finish distance in that race. Let's head up to Bill for the post parade, and then we'll get back to the 5 and 6 horse.
Our start printing post word for race 5. This is the second division of the 3-year-old filly trot. Going for a purse of $5,068 and a blanket this division courtesy of Brewer Sound, and the faster division blanket courtesy of Berthel Fisher and Company. Number 1 is Jiffy Bug, owned, trained, and driven by Tom Moore Jr. of Napoleon. Number 2 is Chip It In, owned by Chris Beaver, Radnor, Ohio, David Miola of Powell, Ohio, Don Robinson of Cardington, Ohio, and RBH Ventures Incorporated of New York City, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver B.J. Roberts. Number 3 is Hot Chocolate, owned by Sam Amato of Newport, Michigan, and Edward Mason of Monroe, Michigan, trained by Karen Takasik, the driver Kim Pluta. Number 4 is Grandma Girl, owned and trained by Tony Smith of Wauseon, the driver Don Harmon. Number 5 is Game On Girls, owned by Sean McGee of Swanton, Ohio, trained by Ty Bates, the driver Pierce Hendry. And number 6 is She's a Mercedes, owned by Donna Moore of Adrian, Michigan, Ernie Ayers of Sand Creek, Michigan, trained by Brian Boring, the driver Skip DeMall. Horses will take 1 long score and go to the gate. Mute your windows, closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wager. Okay, Matt.
Okay, we'll finish looking at this field of 3-year-old filly trotters. Game On Girl has a 5-hole driven by Pierce Henry for trainer Tyler Bates. And this filly has 19 starts this year with 5 wins, 7 seconds, and 2 thirds, and earnings of $28,000. She has a record this year of 2-1-2 at Northfield, but her last win came at Van Wert in 2-8-4. Start before that, she won at Hicksville in 2-9-3. She was second at Napoleon and won at Salina in 2-4-4. So as you can tell, with 5 wins, 7 seconds, and 2 thirds, this filly has been ultra consistent. The 6 horse, who will start from the second tier, is She's a Mercedes. Skip DeMall driving for trainer Brian Boring. She has 8 starts this year, 3 wins and a third. A mark of 2-4 at Hastings. I believe that is a Michigan fair stake. She won at Ludington her last 2 starts ago in 2-5-1, and then won at that Hastings in 2-4.
Susan, if we want, we can go back and catch the final quarter of the 3rd.
Okay.
Not sure what we had, so let's go back and we'll pick up the final quarter of the 3rd here. I believe this is the 3rd race. So if the 3rd was a 6-horse field, it looks like it was a 7-horse field. But totally got messed on where I was up, but the 6-horse, was Harwell the winner?
Yes.
And that was the end of that race then. So that was the end of the 3rd.
Race number 3.
And I think I can get us the 4th. I think we've got the whole 4th. Don't know if we got time. What do you think?
I don't think so, because
Okay.
they're heading over
Okay,
there.
we'll hold off on the 4th until after. We'll pick up the 4th after this one. We'll play the 4th before we go to our commercials.
Okay.
So.
Okay, this fifth race, again, we have a few driver changes. The Hot Chocolate, driven by Kim Pluta. Grandma Girl will be driven by Don Harmon. And we have 2 horses in here that are in hot contention for the Ohio Fair Championship points. Game on Girls is sitting 4th. Chip It In is sitting 5th. So these 2 will certainly want to maintain those positions in the standings, if not even gain a little bit on them. And remember that every colt stakes in the state of Ohio count. Anywhere there is fair fund money going to, and that is all the 2- and 3-year-old stakes count for the Ohio Fair Championship points.
Pick up Bill Peters now.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away on the outside is Game On Girls as Chip It In goes off stride. Slipping through at the rail second now is Jiffy Bug. Moving up on the outside third is She's a Mercedes. Moving up fourth is Hot Chocolate. Fifth now is Chip It In. And the last horse is Grandma Girl. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that quarter-mile mark, Pierce Henry has Game On Girls on top by 1 length, but now Skip DeMall's out and on the move with She's a Mercedes, but now I think he's going to take a seat in behind Game On Girls. Racing third is Jiffy Bug, driven by Tom Moore Jr. Up on the outside fourth is Chip It In, driven by B.J. Roberts. Along the rail fifth, that's Hot Chocolate, driven by Kim Pluta, but now goes off stride. And the last horse off stride is Grandma Girl, driven by Don Herman. First quarter trotted in 30 seconds. As they race down toward the half-mile mark, that's Pierce Henry and Game On Girls bringing the horses down to the half. Sitting in the golden chair second, that's She's a Mercedes. Right there third is Chip It In. Jiffy Bug trots in there fourth. Fifth is Hot Chocolate, and the last horse is Grandma Girl. First half trotted in 101 and 3/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Game On Girls. 2 lengths back second is She's a Mercedes. Chip It In is in there third. Jiffy Bug trots fourth. Fifth, it is Hot Chocolate. And the last horse, Grandma Girl. Going to that 3/4 mile mark, both She's a Mercedes and Chip It In are out and on the move. Along the rail with the lead is Game On Girls. Moving up on the outside second now is Chip It In. And between horses third is She's a Mercedes with Jiffy Bug right there fourth. 3/4 in 131 and 3/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Game On Girls along the rail, Chip It In on the outside. Between them is She's a Mercedes, and closing in fourth now is Jiffy Bug. As they race toward home, that's Game On Girls at the rail. Chip It In on the outside now takes over. It is Game On Girls fighting back along the rail. It's going to be Chip It In, and here the outcome. Looked like Game On Girls held on for place with She's a Mercedes for show. A mile in 2:02 and 3/5.
That was a great finish. 4 of them right there. Looked like Chip It In got up for the win. Did you think so, Frank?
I thought Chip It In had the win. After that, I have no idea because you could have
Yep.
thrown a blanket over him, but a great job by B.J. Roberts after the break at the beginning to get Chip It In back into contention. And then, as we talk, this is more of a bull ring type of track, and he came out over around the third turn and then just had enough and able to ask Chip It In, and Chip It In able to get up for the win, it looked like.
Yeah, a great gutsy mile for this filly, as that was she was 3 wide, pulled 3 wide at the 3/4 pole, or a little bit before the 3/4 pole, and just hung 3 wide all the way around the turn. Wins in 2, 2, and 3. Very good performance by Chip It In. That gives her her 9th win of the year out of 20 starts. So a really good mile by that filly. We will have to wait for the official results. I can't even give you unofficial because I had no idea.
Now here comes your winner, though.
Yeah.
Chip It
And
In.
now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Radnor, Powell, and Cardington, Ohio, and New York City comes number 2, Chip It In. Owned by Chris Beaver, David Miola, Don Robinson, and RVH Ventures Incorporated. Trained by Chris Beaver and driven to victory by Chip It In. Now the blanket for this race, this division is courtesy of Brewer Sound. In September of 1972, Don Brewer and sons Dave and Scott, Brewer Sound, came to Wauseon to do the public address systems PA for the Fulton County Fair. After Don's retirement, Dave took over the family business. With the help of his brothers Rick and Scott, Dave has continued the family business, doing several fairs and festivals throughout Ohio and eastern Indiana. This year, Brewer's Sound is proud to have been the provider of the sound here for the Fulton County Fair for 50 years, and would like to thank the Fulton County Fair Board for allowing them to serve you all of these years. Let's have a big hand for Brewer's Sound for 50 years. Let's have a big hand here for B.J. Roberts and Chip It In.
Give them the nice little, they were very helpful with us getting our sound of Bill and everything for the call. So they've been very helpful with us at a couple of different fairs as well. So
Yeah, that's 50 years doing the sound. That's pretty amazing. And all these sound guys at the fairs, they have a difficult job getting the sound going for all the different activities, and we do appreciate them very much.
if we want, we can now show that. I believe it was the 4th, correct?
Okay.
That's what we talked about showing. So let's go back and, well, here's the rundown for this one.
Bug was 4th. Number 2, Chip It In was the winner. Number 3, Hot Choco Latte was 5th. Number 4, Grandma Girl was 6th. Number 5, Game On Girls was 2nd. Number 6, She's a Mercedes was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 30 seconds. The half was in 101 3/5. The 3/4 in 131 3/5. With a mile in 202 3/5. From the top it should read 4:15.623. A mile in 202 3/5.
All right, so now let's go and we'll take a look at the 4th race for those of you that missed it. So the 4th race is now up, and
This is the 2-year-old filly Pace, race number 4.
at the start, and it looks like getting away was Disney Springs and Derek Flowers on the outside. Kim Pluta is on the inside with number 1, Fool Rockin', but popping out to take the lead, it looks like that is number 2, Black Tilly, who goes on to win this race. Don Harmon has the lead. So Don Harmon followed by Disney Springs and Derek Flowers. Then it's number 1, Full Rockin' Lady, sitting 3rd, sitting 4th on the outside. Draconian Terror on the inside is the number 6, Arts Beach, and trailing the field is Rockin' Sage.
First quarter was in 30 2.
So as they turn to come by the stands for the first time, it's still Black Tilly and Don Harmon leading the way. Tucked in the pocket is the number 3, Disney Springs, and Derek Flowers. First up, though, coming on the outside is Fool Rockin' Lady and Kim Pluta.
Half was in 101 3.
So Black Tilly still with the lead in command. Pluta now moves on the outside. Fool Rockin' Lady up to 2nd. Derek Flowers and Disney Springs drops back into 3rd. And now all of a sudden, Black Tilly and Don Harmon seem to take over as they start to pull away and open up by about 2 lengths now. Disney Springs pops the pocket, looking for some racing room on the outside as they head to the final turn for the stretch run. But Black Tilly and Don Harmon cruising to win number 5 on the year. Disney Springs will finish second, and finishing third will be Arts Beach. So that's the way that race went.
And that mile was in 2, 1, and 3, and I think I forgot the 3/4, so
You
that
did.
was 1:32 and 3. I was doing so well.
That was working out well.
It was, until I forgot. So that was your 4th race. Black Tilly first, Disney Springs second, Arts Beach third. We'll be coming up on the 6th race next. The 6th is the last of our Colt Stakes for today. It is the 2-year-old Colt Pace, 2nd division. Purse will be $55.18. Total purse for this division is $11,036. Got the horses are coming to the track. We'll take a look at a few of them. Creekside Johnny will be driven by Don Harmon. And this horse has 4 starts this year, 1 win, 1 second, 1 third, and 1 fourth. So his win was his last start out, and that was at a Michigan fair in 2, 6, and 1. Sky Dawson is the 2 horse. Skip DeMall will drive for trainer Brian Boring. And this horse has 2 starts this year, both times finishing 5th. Pace in 2, 3, and 1 at Hicksville and 2, 4 at Van Wert. One of our favorite horse names is at the 3-hole, Buddy
He's
the
back.
Bookie.
Buddy the Bookie.
We just like to say that. So Buddy the Bookie has 7 starts this year with 2 wins, and those are both his most recent starts. One last time at Van Wert in 2, 2. And 1 at Hicksville before that in 2, 1, and 2. So it looks to be on a streak here. Western Depth has the 4-hole, and I think we'll need a driver change for that because I haven't seen Ronnie Gillespie all day. This horse has 6 starts, 1 win, and 1 third. Last one at Urbana in a division of the Buckeye Stallion Series in 1:57 and 2. Last quarter in 28 and 3 at that Urbana track.
Just when you say you don't see Ronnie Gillespie,
He's here.
the king, the maybe king of the fairs, is there. I believe that's him on number 4. Yep, his new bright blue colors that he's sporting. So Ronnie Gillespie is here.
And Ronnie is, before the fair, before any racing started today, Ronnie Gillespie was on top with 64 county fair wins this year. Jeff Nysonger is sitting second with 61. Cameron McCowan third with 57. And those 3 are quite a ways in front of anybody else.
I think Don Irvine Jr. 4th maybe?
Don Irvine Jr.'s 4th with 39.
I think he picked up a couple yesterday at
Yep.
Canfield. And then
we go to 27 wins for Kurt Sugg and Pierce Henry and Dan Noble, a 3-way tie.
yeah, Don Irvine Jr. was supposed to drive at Burton, but instead went to Scioto, and he and Rosie Weaver connected again in the Buckeye Stallion Series with one of Rosie's.
They are a great combination, Don Irvine and Rosie Weaver. Okay, here we go with the post parade.
One is Creekside Johnny, owned by Greg Gardner of Sheridan, Michigan, trained by Paul Clore Jr., the driver Don Harmon. Number 2 is Sky Dawson, owned by Jennifer Balmer of LaSalle, Michigan, and Brian Boring of Adrian, Michigan, trained by Brian Boring, the driver is Skip DeMont. Number 3 is Buddy the Bookie, owned and trained by Jason Elser of Montpelier, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 4 is Western Depth, owned by Bruce Soulsby of Powell, Ohio, Alan Weisenberg of Hilliard, Ohio, and Dalton Walls of Greenville, Ohio, trained by Dalton Walls, the driver Ronnie Gillespie. Number 5 is Our Holy Terror, owned by Bill Webb of Defiance and Denny Miller of Archbold, trained by Bill Webb, the driver Jason Merriman. And number 6 is Big Daddy Ralph, owned by Phil Belanger of Salino, Ohio, Jeff Kesters of Coldwater, Ohio, trained by Phil Belanger, the driver Kim Pluto. Horses will take 1 long score and go to the gate. Mute your windows, closing in 4 minutes. Hurry and don't be shut out. Okay, Matt.
Hey, Susan, not only do we have fans down around the first turn, but now we have fans congregating down along the fence in the third and fourth turns as well. Plus, like we talked about, again, a big crowd in the stands today.
And as we've seen at most of the fairs, these nice big shade trees, so people are liking to sit by those trees. So we'll be back shortly after these messages.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fairs. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 21 fairs in 19 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
Welcome back to the Fulton County Fairgrounds in Wauseon, Ohio. And John Konechski just came by. And he must have raced while I was messing around with everything, because I was surprised when he walked up and just kind of went up to the judges' stand. I was like, okay.
Yep, he had Don't Take My Keys. What race was he in?
Must have been the third, probably. The third or the fourth were the two that I had no idea what was going on. Or maybe the second.
He was in the third, finished third. Colt raced really well today. He's made a couple breaks in his last two starts, so it was nice to see him race really well today. John said he likes him a lot. So let's go back to the sixth race. We were talking about Western Depth when we got to the post parade, and Western Depth has the fastest mark in this field of 157.2 at Urbana. The 5-horse, Our Holy Terror, looked to me like Pierce Henry's on this horse. Has 7 starts and 3 wins and 2 seconds. Has a mark of 2 minutes and 4/5 at Tiffin. Last win was at Hicksville in 2-3. And he won over at Attica in 2-5-1, and then the mark at Tiffin of 2 minutes and 4/5. Big Daddy Ralph, Justin Belanger driving today. 8 starts, no wins, 3 seconds, 3/3.
I think there's a driver change on that horse. I did not think it was Justin.
Oh, okay.
In the post parade.
Big Daddy Ralph, last start at Salina, paces mile in 2-1-4, finishing 6th, but has paced in 57-2 at Northfield.
Tear on the outside in the first tier. 1 trailer, Big Daddy Ralph. They're at the post. The starting gate is rolling now.
Yeah, I think Kim Pluta is driving number 6, Big Daddy Ralph.
Yep, I think you are right.
Here they come. The year off and pacing the first horse away in the middle of the track is Buddy the Bookie. Up on the outside second is Western Depth. At the rail third is Creekside Johnny. Racing in there fourth, that's Big Daddy Ralph. Moving up fifth is Sky Dawson, and the last horse is Our Holy Terror. As they make the turn now, heading down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Pierce Henry has Buddy the Bookie on top by a length and a half. Racing second is Western Depth, driven by Ronnie Gillespie. And their third is Creekside Johnny, driven by Don Herman. Fourth, as they race down the backside, that's Big Daddy Ralph, driven by Kim Pluta. Racing in there fifth, that's Sky Dawson, driven by Skip DeMall. And the last horse is Our Holy Terror, driven by Jason Merriman. First quarter paced in 29 seconds. On the front end, that is Buddy the Bookie. Still racing in there. Second is Western Depth. Moving along third is Creekside Johnny. Fourth as they come down to the half, that's Big Daddy Ralph. Fifth is Sky Dawson. Sixth and on the move now comes Our Holy Terror. Past the half-mile mark, that's still Buddy the Bookie with the lead. First half paced in 59 and 4/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Buddy the Bookie. The closest horse second along the rail is Western Depth. At the rail third is Creekside Johnny. On the outside fourth is Big Daddy Ralph. Moving up fifth now is Our Holy Terror. The sixth along the rail is Sky Dawson. Horses are well bunched as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. Taking over now on the outside as they race past that 3/4 mile mark. That is Western Depth, and dropping back second, that's Buddy the Bookie. 3/4 in, 1:30 and 2/5, and now Buddy the Bookie fights back along the rail and regains the lead, and dropping back second is Western Depth. Still racing in there third is Creekside Johnny. As they race for home, that's Buddy the Bookie at the rail and Western Depth on the outside. Buddy the Bookie and Western Depth. Buddy the Bookie and Western Depth. It's Buddy the Bookie. Western Depth up for place. Creekside Johnny for show. A mile in 2:01.
That was pretty exciting. It looked like Western Depth. He went by Buddy the Bookie a little bit, and Buddy the Bookie was basically beat and worked back. And
I don't know how Buddy the Bookie found anything there and come back and, and went by Western Depth. Look, Western Depth was just standing still.
Yeah, that was a great race. Great effort by Buddy the Bookie. 2-1. Unofficially, Buddy the Bookie was first. Western Depth was second. Creekside Johnny third.
Buddy the Bookie, owned and trained by Jason Elsard. Susan, this is one of those situations when you get a little love from the broadcast crew, things turn around. We started talking about how we liked Buddy the Bookie in the name, and what's he done his last three? A win, a win, a win. So if Jason's watching or watches later on, just remember that, the Buddy the Bookie fan club started up here in the broadcast booth.
That's right. And I am a proud member of the Buddy the Bookie fan club.
Coming in from Montpelier, Ohio, comes number 3, Buddy the Bookie. Owned and trained by Jason Elser and driven to victory this afternoon by Pierce Henry.
Pierce Henry has driven all 3 of these wins for this colt. Caretaker taking off his tongue tie real quickly. Sometimes these colts don't like that tongue tie on, so they get it off as quickly as they can when they're done racing.
We talked a little bit about that yesterday of why they have the tongue tie.
Yep, some of them just like to play around with their tongue, and it's much better for the horse if their tongue is just laying flat under the bit and not messing around with it.
The blanket for this division is courtesy of Marshall Fitness. And then Buddy the Bookie will receive the blanket in memory of Dick Roth, winning in a faster time here in the second division.
Big contingent joining Buddy the Bookie and Pierce Henry in the winner's circle.
We must have representatives of the Marshall Fitness, and then the
Okay, now the blanket in memory of Dick Roth will be presented to Jason Elser, Pierce Henry, and Buddy the Bookie. Members of the Roth family, along with his co-workers at the starting gate, Terry Adams and Bruce Patterson, are in the winner's circle for the trophy presentation. Let's really hear it here for Jason Elser, Pierce Henry, and Buddy the Bookie, and the Marshall Fitness, the donors of the blanket for this race, and the family of Dick Ross for giving the blanket in memory of Dick.
Nice colt, Buddy the Bookie. That's just getting really good right now. This is a great time to get good too, is moving into these fall championships. Frank's showing you a picture of our singer. I think his name is Matt, and he's been singing all afternoon and really entertaining the crowd. I don't know how he remembers all the words to those songs. That's just
He did struggle with an important one, though.
Yeah, he did a little bit. Just a little bit.
There are the official placings for race 6 from the top. The 1, Creekside Johnny, was 3rd. Number 2, Sky Dawson, was 4th. Number 3, Buddy the Bookie, was the winner. Number 4, Western Depth, was 2nd. Number 5, Our Holy Terror, was 5th. Number 6, Big Daddy Ralph, was 6th. Time of the first quarter was 29 seconds. The half was in 59 4/5. The 3 quarters in 1:30 2/5, with a mile in 2:01. At the top it should read 3:41.256. A mile in 2:01. A new lifetime mark on Buddy the Bookie.
Okay, we are done with the Colt Stakes, moving into the overnight races. We have the 7th race coming up, which is a non-winners of $5,000 in 2021 trot. A couple of other conditions, and we'll meet those horses after these commercial breaks.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders ship that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Buying or selling a racehorse? OnGate.com is your one-stop website. OnGate has changed the way racehorses are bought and sold. Easy-to-view listings makes it easy to find your next champion. Buy or sell at OnGate.com.
We're back at Wauseon, the Fulton County Fair, coming up on race 7. Race 7 is a non-winners of $5,000 in 2021. Also eligible non-winners of $1,000 since July 15th, and also eligible $4,000 claimers. There is our Matt, our musician.
Our singer.
There's no hurry, don't you worry, we can take our time.
And he's been singing all day since we got here, so.
Yeah, pretty nice entertainment for everybody. And he has a really, what do you call it, a large repertoire of music. He can sing.
He really has. He's had Elvis, he's sung some Garth Brooks, he's gone country, he's gone a bunch of different ones.
Sinatra.
Yep.
Yep, he has done a lot, so it kind of appeals to everybody, and I see a lot of people kind of dancing in their seats a little bit for him. Kind of fun. Oh, there's a little one. I think maybe Mom's trying to get her to dance.
Enjoying, it looks like, some nachos today at the track.
We haven't talked about fair food all afternoon, Frank.
Well, we did touch on the donuts.
Oh, that's the donuts. But I took a little walk in the back, and I saw something that I'm going to see if Frank would like. It's called gator. Not sure if it's really alligator meat, but that's what the sign says, so we'll go over there and find out.
Check it out, but I don't know, though.
Are you up for gator?
I'm up for anything.
I'm going to just watch you eat gator. I am not going to
see, what do we have? Let's see. Yesterday, I kind of went overboard yesterday, I think. I went with at Canfield, I double dipped.
Oh.
So I'm only counting the first thing. And that was the hot pepper sandwich, which was very good. It was a long hot pepper stuffed with ricotta cheese and like a sausage, and then a liquid blue cheese over the top of it. It was very, very good. But it left me still hungry because I hadn't eaten breakfast. So as I was walking back, I saw an Italian sausage place, and the sausage is good, but what makes the sausage is the bun. And I could tell that the buns from this place came from an Italian bakery.
Oh.
And you know how you tell that?
No.
When they buy them in bulk, they come in a big plastic bag. And that's what they had. They had 3 big plastic bags there.
This is a trot for non-winners of $5,000 in 2021. Also eligible non-winners of $1,000 since July 15th. Also eligible $4,000 claimers. Going for a purse of $1,000 and a blanket courtesy of Miller Construction, Ltd. of Ridgeville Corners. Number 1 is Red Folker, owned and trained by Becky Zubkoff of South Salem, Ohio. Driven this afternoon by Tony Zubkoff. Number 2 is Ultimate Winner, owned and trained by Becky Zubkoff of South Salem, Ohio. The driver, Don Herman. Number 3 is Christie's Ginger Gal, owned by Lasis Racing of Sheridan, Michigan. Trained by Paul Core Jr., the driver, Kim Pluto. Number 4 is Safe and Sound, owned by Marjorie Deshetsky of North Branch, Michigan. Trained by Kid Hess, the driver, Skip DeMall. Number 5 is Paragon Billy D, owned, trained, and driven by Phil Peden of Addison, Michigan. And number 6 is Storms Coming, owned by Eugene Schraubin of Portland, Michigan. Trained and driven by Marvin Kraft. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate, and mute your windows closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta wagering in race 7. Daily double wagering on races 7 and 8. Okay, Matt.
All right, we are back for the 7th. Frank was just giving us his menu from yesterday.
So the Italian sausage was very good with the sub. Then I went and had a D&E lemonade there because they've been at the fair for a long time. Plus they had sponsored one of the blankets, so I said I did. But then when I got to Burton, I still was hungry. So I went for the dessert, though, leaving Burton. It was the apple dumpling with vanilla ice cream and cinnamon sauce.
Oh, wow.
Wow. It was worth the extra 5-minute wait. So, yes, it was good. So now let's get to why we're here for the horses.
Well, heck, let's just talk about the fair food.
Oh, the 2 donuts I had here were very good, though. They were from the Wauseon Band Boosters.
There was
Those
a
were
line.
very good. Yeah, there was a line when I went down there, too.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you're in a good spot. When I was at Finley, I got there early, I set up, and as I was walking down the midway, there was a trailer that had a line all the way across the midway. I said, that's where I'm going. I didn't even know what it was.
Oh.
It was Chinese, and their egg rolls, somebody commented on our comments about how good the egg rolls were there. So I made a good choice there.
Good choice.
So, yep.
Yeah, you always want to go to the place where there's the line.
Long line.
I was, when these horses were post-parading, it was sort of neat. The one horse is a chestnut, and it's really a bright red horse, and you just don't see that many chestnuts out here anymore. So that's a really pretty horse, a 12-year-old Red Falker. Has 198 lifetime starts, made $149,000. So, and the 2-horse Ultimate Winner is a 10-year-old horse with 144 lifetime starts and $130,000 earned. This is. We always talk about that the fairs are such a good place for the young horses to learn, the 2- and 3-year-olds, but it's also a nice place for these older horses. Maybe they can't quite compete at a parimutuel track anymore, but they still love to race and are good race horses, so there's a place for them at these fairs also. Christie's Ginger Gal is a 3-hole and has 113 lifetime starts $139,000. So the first 3 horses, if my math is correct, it's around 450 lifetime starts between those first 3.
And about $425,000 earned by those horses. But you take a look at number 6, Storm's Coming. He raced in an open race just 6 races back and was racing in $20,000 claimers.
Yeah. Yep, at Northfield. Got a record 159-2 this year, but has 3 wins. $40,000 lifetime. The 4-horse Safe and Sound, Skip DeMall will drive for trainer Kent Hest. 7 starts this year, 1 win. Had 16 starts last year. The outside horses are kind of the youngsters of the field. They're 5, 5, and 4. Paragon Billy D has been racing in the Signature Series, races a lot. And has 7 starts with no wins, 1 second and 1 third. And they are, nope, not, I thought they were at the gate already.
They turned once and came back.
Turn.
Yep.
Yep.
4 of these horses are with Michigan ownership. The 3, 4, 5, and 6. The 1 and the 2, though, owned by the same person. Rebecca Zubkoff owns both the number 1 and the number 2. Trains them both as well.
I have a feeling she loves her old trotters.
Well, these two have made $279,000 between them.
Six horses in this race. The number 6 will start from the second tier. It's like they're just sort of milling around on the backside, waiting. They're probably waiting for Frank to talk about food. More food.
We always like suggestions, too. If you have a favorite fair of one of the ones coming up that we'll be at, not sure if I'll be at that one because I don't have many more, I don't think. I think I've got like 3 or 4 more because then we start concentrating on Delaware. So.
Yes. Yeah, don't forget about Delaware. Our 5 days in Delaware.
5 days in Delaware. I don't have any time to eat when I'm at Delaware.
I know.
We're going to have to find a runner. We're going to have to hire some 12-year-old kid there to just find them. And we'll be able to find one this year, I'm sure, because last year there was nobody at Delaware. Right. So we're really looking forward to this year at the Delaware County Fair.
I have a feeling that it's going to be packed. There's going to be lots of people.
I was there on Thursday. I was there Thursday, and starting to look like a fair. Some of the tents are up. They're starting to, the big tent on the back stretch is up now. The one down near the first turn is up as well, and a couple of them are starting to go up. So as we get set to roll. Field of 6. Here in the 7th from the Fulton County Fairgrounds.
Here they come. The year off and trotting the first horse away is Ultimate Winner. At the rail second, that's Red Folker. Moving up on the outside third is Christie's Ginger Gal. On the extreme outside fourth is Paragon Billy D. Down at the rail fifth is Storm's Coming. And the last horse at this point is Safe and Sound. As they head down the backside, the race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Don Harmon has Ultimate Winner on top by 2 lengths. On the outside second, as they race down the backside, that is Christie's Ginger Gal, driven by Kim Pluta. At the rail third, Red Folker, driven by Tony Zubkoff. On the outside fourth, Storm's Coming, driven by Marvin Kraft. At the rail fifth, that's Safe and Sound, driven by Skip DeMall. On the outside sixth, Paragon Billy D, driven by Phil Peden. First quarter trotted in 30 seconds. And now with the lead, that's Christie's Ginger Gal. Up on the outside second is Storm's Coming. Along the rail third is Ultimate Winner. Red Folker is in there fourth. Moving up fifth is Safe and Sound. And the last horse, Paragon Billy D. as they race past the half-mile mark. Still with the lead, that's Christie's Ginger Gal. Now second along the rail is Ultimate Winner, and on the outside third, that's Storm's Coming. First half trotted in 1 minute and 1/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Christie's Ginger Gal. The closest horse second along the rail is Ultimate Winner. Flying up on the outside now comes Safe and Sound. At the rail fourth, that is Red Folker. Storm's Coming is fifth. Paragon Billy D is sixth. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark. That's Christie's Ginger Gal with the lead. On the outside second now comes Safe and Sound. At the rail third is Ultimate Winner. 3/4 in 131 and 2/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Christie's Ginger Gal with the lead. Safe and Sound is going to a drive second. Christie's Ginger Gal and Safe and Sound as they race for home. Christie's Ginger Gal at the rail. Safe and Sound on the outside. Christie's Ginger Gal and Safe and Sound. It's going to be Christie's Ginger Gal. And here the outcome. Safe and Sound up for place. Ultimate Winner for show. 1 mile in 2:01 and 3/5.
Christie's Ginger Gal and Kim Pluta winning that race in 2-1 and 3. That is this mare's 21st lifetime win. 5 wins on this year. This is a 6-year-old. Earned $139,508. So now this puts her right at $140,000.
And that's back-to-back wins for Christie's Ginger Gal.
Yep, I'm thinking the last one was in Michigan, because I don't recognize HART, wherever that is.
Hartford, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Non-winners of $800 last 3.
This horse has a record as a 4-year-old of 154 and 2, taken at Hawthorne Park in Chicago.
And is making its way around back towards the winner's circle.
And this was the only mare in this race beating the boys.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Sheridan, Michigan, comes number 3, Christie's Ginger Gal. Owned by Laces Racing, trained by Paul Clare Jr., and driven to victory this afternoon by Kim Pluta. The blanket for this race is courtesy of Miller Construction Ltd. of Ridgeville Corners. Let's really hear it here for Kim Pluta and Christie's Ginger Gal and the Miller Construction Ltd. of Ridgeville Corners, the donors of the blanket.
We'll get the rundown momentarily from Bill Peters.
Here are the official placings for race 7 from the top. Number 1, Red Folker was 5th. Number 2, Ultimate Winner was 3rd. Number 3, Christie's Ginger Gal was the winner. Number 4, Safe and Sound was 2nd. Number 5, Paragon Billy D was 4th. Number 6, Storm's Coming was 6th. Time of the first quarter was 30 seconds. The half was in 1 minute and 1/5. The 3/4 in 1:31 and 2/5. With a mile in 2:01 and 3/5.
Okay, we'll give you the changes that we have for the 8th in case you're betting amongst family and friends. So we want to make sure you got the right information.
Got a lot of scratches in this race all of a sudden, don't we?
Yes, we have the number 4 horse in the 8th, Shark in the Bay, is scratched. Number 7, Jazzy Image, is scratched, as well as the number 8 horse, When I Stop Dreamin'. And the 6 horse will be driven by Skip DeMall. So those are the changes, and we'll be back with the 8th for the final race after these messages.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Okay, back to the Fulton County Fair in Wauseon. Frank Frost and myself, Susan Schroeder, bringing you the action this afternoon. We have the 8th race coming up. This is the free-for-all pace, and this is the Fulton County Horseman Memorial Pace. I believe that they recognize the horsemen from Fulton County who have passed on. Excuse me.
The Fulton County Memorial Pace free-for-all, purse of $4,800. As we said, scratch the 4, the 7, and the 8. Skip DeMall will drive the 6th. He will start from the 2nd tier, even though we have the scratch in the number 4, Shark in the Bay. The number 1 is Catch Me Conrad, driven by Jason Merriman. Greg Cook is the trainer, also owns the horse out of Brooklyn, Michigan. This is the 33rd start of the year for Catch Me Conrad. Has won 14 of those 32 and has 4 wins in his last 6, and those other 2 have been second place finishes. The number 2, Mocha on the Rocks, trained and driven by Jim Mullenix, also owns this 4-year-old gelding by Rock and Roll Dance out of the Arts Place mare Southwind Mocha. 7 starts, 3 wins, and 2 third-place finishes. The number 3, Barely Behaving, Kim Pluta trains and drives. A 6-year-old mare by Manhart out of the mare Bengal. In 2021, 18 starts, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 5 thirds. Took a time of 154-1 at Running Aces. Scratch the 4, the number 5, Worth a Buck. Pierce Henry drives for trainer Jason Elser. 4-year-old gelding by Rockin' Amadeus out of the Pilgrim's Punch mare Punches Pilgrim. 2021, 19 starts, a couple of wins, has earned just over $30,500. Has a mark of 152-3 at Northfield. Last time out, finished 2nd at Scioto Downs. And the number 6 is Doug's Jack. Skip DeMall will drive for trainer Brian Boring, a 5-year-old gelding by Pet Rock out of the Ponderosa mare Intrinsic Value. 1 win in 18 starts this year. Took a time of 156-1 at Northfield. Finished 3rd, 3 races back at Napoleon. And that's the field for the Fulton County Horseman Memorial Pace.
The free-for-all pace is a lot of times the fastest race of the day, or the 3-year-old colt pacers, it seems like they are also. But the all-age pacing track record here is held by a horse named JC. Just J
and C.
Doug Rideout drove this horse in 2001 in 153 out here. That is so fast. And JC really was a good racehorse. Ended up earning $734,000.
County Horseman Memorial free-for-all pace, going for a purse of $4,800. Number 1 is Catch Me Conrad. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old by Tell It Like It Is out of Envy by Mach 3. Owned and trained by Greg Cook of Brooklyn, Michigan. Driven this afternoon by Jason Merriman. Lifetime earnings over $93,000. A lifetime mark 152 4/5. Number 2 is Mocha on the Rocks. He's a bay gelding, 4 years old, by a rock and roll dance out of Southwind Mocha by Arts Place. Owned, trained, and driven by Jim Molnix. Lifetime earnings over $34,000. A lifetime mark of 151 3/5. Number 3 is Barely Behaving. She's a bay mare, 6 years old, by Manhart out of Bengal by Keystone Raider. Owned by Ron Merritt of Jackson, Michigan. Trained and driven by Kim Pluta. Lifetime earnings over $67,000. A lifetime mark 153 4/5. The number 4 horse has been drawn. Number 5 is Worth a Buck. He's a bay gelding, 4 years old, by Rockin' Amadeus out of Punch's Pilgrim by Pilgrim's Punch. Owned and trained by Jason Elser of Montpelier. Driven this afternoon by Pierce Henry. Lifetime earnings over $111,000. A lifetime mark 152 3/5. And number 6 is Doug's Jacks. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old, by Pet Rock out of Intrinsic Value by the Ponderosa. Owned by Doug Hartong of Adrian, Michigan. Trained by Brian Boring. Driven this afternoon by Skip DeMall. Lifetime earnings over $49,000. A lifetime mark 152 3/5. And 7 and 8 have been drawn. Those are your horses for the first annual Fulton County Horseman Memorial Pace for 2021. Mutual windows closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, and Trifecta wagering on this race. I'll now give you your possible daily double payoffs. If you had number 8 in the 7th, come.
Okay, we were talking about JC, who holds the track record here at Wauseon, 153. And JC raced from 1998 through 2010 and earned almost $750,000. Started 362 times with 95 wins and took it a record of 152 as a 6-year-old at Balmoral Park. And JC also holds the pacing track record at Van Wert. So quite a racehorse in his day. They said that track record is from 2001. So that is 20 years that that track record has been in existence. I'll give a shout out to some of our officials again. Our presiding judge, Paul Combs. Bill Senra and Luke Sullivan are our associate judges. Bill McKinley and Glenn Griffin are the timers. Tracy Hathaway is our charter, and Lynn Smith is the clerk. Bill Peters is the announcer. Lynn Scott photo finish. The starter is the Rothmount starting gate. The Fulton County Horsemen are the trackmen, and the speed committee is Jamie Boer and William Gambash. So the Fulton County Horsemen's Association, they'll have to get off the tractors and get in the winner's circle for this next race because it is the Fulton County Horsemen's Memorial Pace. So we've got just a little Elvis.
Yep.
Matt is doing some Elvis. You're all shook up. Been fun having him today. He has.
Well, between him and we've had the bands at several of the fairs too, so it's been great entertainment.
Yep. Adds a little something to the program. I, for one, need nothing but harness racing, but not everybody thinks that way.
But again, just look at the people that have stuck it out here and watch this.
Yep.
Now, as long as they all leave after the harness racing, just want to make sure they're not here to get their seats for the tractor pull tonight early.
Some of them might be, but even so, they enjoyed a great afternoon of harness racing.
Yes, they have. As we get set to go, the starting gate about to roll. And we'll send it up to Bill
There
Peters.
at the post, starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and pacing the first horse away is Barely Behaving. On the outside second is Worth a Buck. At the rail third is Catch Me Conrad. In their fourth is Mocha on the Rocks. And the last horse is Doug's Jacks. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over that quarter-mile mark, Kim Pluta has Barely Behaving on top by a half a length. On the outside second is Worth a Buck, driven by Pierce Henry. Right there third is Catch Me Conrad, driven by Jason Merriman. Racing fourth is Mocha on the Rocks, driven by Jim Mullenix. And the last horse, Doug's Jacks, driven by Skip DeMall. Past that quarter-mile mark, that's Worth a Buck on the outside and Barely Behaving at the rail, battling it out. First quarter paced in 28 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, that's Barely Behaving along the rail with the lead. On the outside second is Worth a Buck. Catch Me Conrad is right there third. Fourth is Mocha on the Rocks, and trailing is Doug's Jacks. 5 pacers well bunched as they race down to the half-mile mark. That is still Barely Behaving with the lead. Worth a Buck on the outside second. Catch Me Conrad third. At the rail fourth now is Doug's Jacks, and the last horse, Mocha on the Rocks. First half paced in 58 1/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Barely Behaving. On the outside second is Worth a Buck. At the rail third, that is Doug's Jacks. On the outside fourth, Catch Me Conrad. And 3 wide down the backside now comes Mocha on the Rocks. Going to that 3/4 mile mark. That is still Barely Behaving with lead now, trying to stick his nose out in front again. But it is Worth a Buck. And on the outside third comes Mocha on the Rocks. 3 quarters in, 129, and only about 2.5 lengths separate all 5 pacers. They're all right there at this point. At the rail is Barely Behaving. On the outside second, that's Worth a Buck. 4 wide on the outside now comes Mocha on the Rocks. And between horses now with daylight comes Catch Me Conrad. As they race for home, that's Mocha on the Rocks and Catch Me Conrad and Worth a Buck. It looks like it's going to be Catch Me Conrad. Tight for place between Mocha on the Rocks and Worth a Buck. How about that? How about that for a horse race? That's a great way to close out this afternoon. Come back Tuesday and we'll see some more exciting racing like this.
And that was an exciting race. Catch Me Conrad found a little bit of racing room and able to get down up the middle and get the nose across first.
Yeah, that was absolutely a great race. All of them in contention. I tell you that Worth a Buck, that was a heck of a race for that horse. Parked almost every step of the mile and just hung out there.
Pierce Henry really earned his money that race.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see who did get up for second, whether it was Worth a Buck or Doug's Jack.
Yeah, that was hard to tell. That was a close, great race. That one gave me goosebumps. I had, when they were the crowd was into it, the crowd was yelling. That was a very exciting way to end this first day of racing here at Wauseon. I did not hear the final time.
No, I don't think Bill gave it.
No, I don't think so either. I'm 28 seconds to the quarter, 58 1 to the half, 129 1, and we're not sure yet.
201 2, I'll say.
Ooh, I hope not.
Why is that?
Because that would be really slow last quarter. So hoping they went a little quicker than that.
I'm not really good at math, so I couldn't figure it out. I just picked the number out of the air.
Catch Me Conrad's a gelding, 5-year-old gelding.
And heading back to the winner's circle is Catch Me Conrad.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle, one of the winners go. Coming in from Brooklyn, Michigan, comes number 1, Catch Me Conrad. Owned and trained by Greg Cook and driven to victory this afternoon by Jason Merriman. And that is Catch Me Conrad's 15th win on the year, and I think that puts him in first place in North America. I think he's won the most races of any horse in North America this year with 15 races.
Susan, onto your computer Tuesday.
Yeah,
let's verify that.
That is.
Let's really hear it here for Greg Cook, Jason Merriman, and Catch Me Conrad, and the Fulton County Fair for sponsoring this race in memory of all the Fulton County horsemen.
exciting finish and exciting to find out that this is the winningest horse in North America. Happy
Yeah, the
Jason
official
Merriman.
placings for race 8 from the top. 1, Catch Me Conrad was the winner. Number 2, Mocha on the Rocks was second. Number 3, Barely Behavin' was fifth. Number 4, Shark in the Bay had been drawn. Number 5, Worth a Buck was third. Number 6, Doug's Jacks was fourth. Number 7, Jazzy Image had been drawn. And number 8, When I Stop Dreaming has also been drawn. Time of the first quarter was 28 seconds. The half was in 58 and 1/5. The 3/4 in 1:29 with a mile in 1:59. From the top it should read 1, 2, 5, scratch, 3, 4, scratch, scratch, a mile in 1:59. Well, that concludes our racing for this afternoon. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to enjoy the races this afternoon. And hope you'll be back on Tuesday evening, post time, 6 o'clock. I would estimate there'll be about 11 races. My best estimate is that there'll be 11 races. I won't know until later this evening for sure, but I would estimate about 11 races.
So there you go, 11 races, probably, Bill says.
Probably for Tuesday at 6 o'clock post. Tomorrow we have Richwood at 1 and Marietta at 1:30, and then the big Ohio Sire Stakes final championships.
Looking forward to that
Park.
tomorrow night at Northfield.
Yeah.
Big night.
Make sure you join Roger Houston, Jay Wolf, and Frank Frost for that. That's going to be an exciting night. If the weather holds, I think there'll be some wicked fast miles up
Let's
there.
not even talk about the weather. Big event, Frank Frost in attendance. We all know what that means. Hopefully we break that streak.
Yes.
2 years ago, though, we had terrible weather for the Sire Stakes finals up in at Northfield.
Yeah.
Heavy rains moved in before, then heavy rains after. During the cars.
I'm just hoping it's a good track and clear skies, because they will go some fast miles tomorrow. These Ohio breds are so great.
Better and better and better every day, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Thanks a lot for joining us. Sorry we had some problems earlier. We're not even sure
we
what
don't
happened.
even know what happened. So,
But
we couldn't get our new piece of equipment working, couldn't get our phones working. So I don't know. We'll figure it all out at some point.
all right, we will see you at the next track, and have a good rest of your day.
And in the words of Roger Houston, there's a county fair near you. Be there. We'll see you, everybody. Have a great night.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by thestable.ca, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Midland Acres, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.